Okay, so I'm go on my end. Um, Valley Ranger, I think you're having trouble.
Nope.
You're good.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, so
Going live.
this is going to be a very different type of stream because once again I have Silent Gamer being a guest. So yeah.
Hello.
So I'll let you tell tell the news first.
All right. So, it was. Wow, my phone's going off. Sorry. It's telling me that you're. It's telling me that you're
Yeah,
live
it's
right now.
all good, man.
So, me and you were talking last week about me being a farmer for you because I was waiting a response from a raider group. Found out that the guy is being dossed the fuck out of right now because of the hate that he has. And the person that was supposed to message me, I waited almost, what, 2, 3 weeks? Haven't got a response back, so I said, screw it. It was either going to be with you or it was going to be with Fallout 5.0. And my friend who's part of the 5.0 told me that I can either do volunteer work, but he told me basically to go with my gut instinct, go with somebody who I can trust, because I know there's a few 5.0 members that don't like what I do behind scenes. So yeah. But as it stands right now, I am basically joining up with you. So this is gonna be fun. Hi, Turtle.
Yeah, this is going to be
Sorry, my cat wants
exciting,
in on
except
this.
for those who really don't like me.
Yeah,
If
especially
you're one of the
that
people
don't
who
like
really
me, that
doesn't
don't
like
like
me.
you.
Hey, man, if you don't like me, that's fine. If you're griefing me, well, I hope you like him.
Yeah, you won't like me, man. Like, I hate griefers, and I have a camp strictly just for them. So,
Yeah, let's not get into that little
yeah, no, let's
surprise
not get
gift for them. So,
into.
today I am wanting to discuss Pigman. Go away. Shoo. Right, so, news aside, today I'm wanting to discuss one of the more, as the community calls it, controversial Brotherhood points. And that is the freaks, as we in the Brotherhood call them. I'm talking about the ghouls, the super mutants, the synths of Fallout 4, and of course, the scorched of Fallout 76 and trogs and quite a few other things. So right out the gate, let's say this: the trogs. We recently have learned quite a bit about them from the pit. So Silent, have you learned anything new about the trogs?
Oh, those guys are. Okay, so the Trogs, I swear to God, it's basically a mutated version of a ghoul, a super mutant, and a freaking Wendigo, man. Those things are hard to kill.
Would you believe? Would
They
you believe
hurt.
that they're just humans who've mutated from exposure to chemicals and radiation?
Yeah, see, that I can believe.
Yeah, they are fucking a pain to kill. They
Yeah,
really
especially
are.
when you're solo.
That's why I don't go to the pit solo, my friend.
Yeah, I found out the hard way.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Omega? What's your opinion on those?
They're slightly more. They're basically slightly more annoying than the average cave cricket for me.
Mm,
I find them displeasing, repugnant, and purge-worthy.
yeah, they're not exactly the nicest thing. So let's come around to obviously the next group. I'm gonna bring up the Scorched next. Get the 76 bastards out of the way. Now there's a holotape I don't know if you're aware of this one, Silent, that actually has a recording of a woman as she turns into one of those things.
Oh yeah, I've listened to that. I that was the first holotape I got that was part of the Brotherhood, and just listening to it, it was like, holy crap, the suffering that they went through.
I mean, not all of them are willingly serving the hive mind. Like, what's your opinion on that?
The fact that they all share the same freaking mind, like as soon as you go and attack one Scorch, you're being swarmed by a fuck ton of them. Pardon my language, but those getting swarmed by them, I've seen low levels die like super quick.
Mm.
Especially when there's a Scorch Beast around, because then they just keep spawning out of nowhere. You don't even know where the hell they're coming from.
Yeah, that's true, but here's my ultimate question. Would you say that killing them is the most humane thing to do?
Oh, yes. And they're suffering.
How about you, Omega?
I agree with Silent over here. Put one between their eyes and carry on.
I've heard them say quite a few things. I've heard them say things like, no, stop, run, can't stop. It's unnerving, you know.
There's still
And as an elder of the Brotherhood of Steel, I can tell you, if it can unnerve a wasteland veteran like myself, it's not a good thing.
that does mean that there is still fragments of them left in there.
They're trying to resist it but can't. It's not genocide. It's not genocide if they're trying to wipe you out. It's survival. Please get it right.
Well, we already know he's a troll. Always has been, always will be.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. A lot of what he comments genuinely is trolling in nature. But
Be gone, Coon Bot.
to come on to the next topic, and this is one of the more controversial ones, ghouls. So let's start out by getting everybody's feeling on ghouls. So Silent, what's your opinion on ghouls? Not the feral variety, but ghouls as a whole.
Ghouls as a whole, okay. Well, depends. We've noticed a lot of ghouls that are still walking around, that still have their sanity attack. They're still talking. They're to them, they're basically still human, but they're not. They just live forever.
What about you, Omega?
Hmm.
You got
Well,
anything you want to say
no.
there?
Of all the ghouls I've seen, there's only one that's actually useful. Well, two actually. One's the mechanic from New Vegas. The other one is a salesman. That's about it. In terms of their usefulness. Otherwise, same plan with the other two. Get rid of them. And their suffering. I don't think anyone wants to look like a sunburnt testicle their entire existence.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, though, to come back around to what Silent was saying. According to a lot of the law evidence, Nuka World shone more light on it, is that all ghouls are going to turn feral eventually. Now, what's your opinion to that, Silent?
Um, it depends. Like they could probably live to be like 1, 2, 300 years before they start turning feral. There are some that have lived longer that haven't turned feral.
Right.
And of course, those are the ones that we see walking around doing trades. We see them actually helping other people that aren't feral ghouls, that are survivors. They're telling them, hey, don't go here, here, and here. We've seen it in a couple of games, actually. Fallout 4, there was a feral ghoul, not feral, but there was a ghoul running a whole entire little town, keeping everybody safe.
Well, I mean, there's a good and bad side to everything, but I want to get Omega's input to that.
Hmm. Considering from what I've seen, yes, there is some good, but then there is some bad. Like, have you seen the sheer amount of ghouls that are raiders?
Yeah, that's another valid argument there. A lot of them do seem to go either they go raider or they go feral or both. In my experience.
And then there's the occasional. Well, who knows? There could be some weird ghoul in XO1 walking around.
I highly doubt that, but moving on. In my personal opinion, I do agree with the evidence that they're all going to go feral. Now, I'm not saying, they're all going to do it one after another. But here's my point, right? And this is what I'm gonna put it down to. If you don't know when they're gonna turn, would you personally risk your life? There's the question for both of you to answer. If you know for certain they're all gonna go, which they are eventually, because you've got to remember, medically speaking, they're dead. Or at the very least, they're in early necrosis. So, with that in mind, it's mathematics to say they're all going to go feral eventually. So, with that in mind, could you say that you would risk your life for a ghoul?
I won't. I stand by my policy of humanity first. People may hate it, but it's my policy.
For me, it'd be 50-50.
How so?
Okay, so let's do a scenario. Just say you're being escorted, you have a survivor, and then you have somebody who's a ghoul. I would gladly put my life in a ghoul's hand, especially if we're going someplace where there's going to be like high radiation. Have him go in, clear it out, come back.
Yeah, but what if that accelerates him turning feral? What if he doesn't come back?
If he doesn't come back, then we know he's feral. And when we find him, we put him down.
Yeah, but here's my ultimate point, right? Let me put this in another angle. Say you've got a ghoul and you know they're going to turn. You can't tell just by looking at him, but something in your gut says they're going to turn. And they're in a town, running a town of kids, like Lamplight, for example. What would you do then?
Take him out.
See, this is the moral question here, right? Can we really risk the lives of ourselves and those around us for ghouls? Sometimes yes.
People,
sometimes no.
Yes, but there have been people that were studying ghouls and the effects of the radiation that has turned them into ghouls, and has studied them in the shadows to see how they interact with people, their behavior, and as soon as their behavior starts changing to a little bit of aggressive, that's when they do the countdown to see how long it would take before they turn feral. And for certain ghouls, like I said, it could take a couple of 100 years. It could be instant, like something triggers them.
The sad part is that, though, is, as I've said, is that they're all going to go that way eventually because of necrosis. It's a horrible fate. So, if I boil it down to morality, you know they're going to suffer. You know that they know there's no cure. 210 years will go by from 76 and there will be no cure. Would you let them suffer and risk lives along the way? Or would you do what many would consider the humane thing and end their suffering?
Well, some ghouls have actually know when they're
not this
losing
APJ guy again. Hold on. AJP or whatever the fuck. Why do you come on my streams and ask absolutely abhorrent questions? I find that practice that you've just asked me absolutely fucking disgusting. I'm sorry here, right? I've got to interrupt my own podcast and conversation because this man has just come in and said, what's your opinion on slavery?
Oh, I already reported them.
That is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. It's not a silly question, it's a disgusting question. What the fuck is he going to ask next? That's absolutely disgusting. Like, no. Did my country abolish slavery while it was still an empire? Like, get the fuck up out of here with that shit. For real. But to go back to the ghoul topic, now that we're no longer sidetracked, I strongly say this, and I'm going to say it again. Morally, which would you do? Would you let them suffer and risk lives, or do the humane thing?
Do the humane thing.
There is only one ghoul I would let suffer. And that's
Go on.
Winter. That's Winter.
Nah, see, even though he was a horrible, horrible person, I couldn't do it. It's either I give them all peace, or I give none of them peace. I mean, I would even say, well, your mic's buzzing, I would even say quarantine them if we have a better chance of stopping them turning feral. Quarantine them and help them as best we can, but sadly that's not something that can be done. The E.A.F say hi. Yeah, the E.A.F is not a concern. As far as I'm going to respond to that, actually, the Enclave Armed Forces, as far as I'm concerned now, have retracted their website because I have checked. I'm going to say this, right? The Enclave Armed Forces are not a threat to console anymore, like they were before.
Yeah, I know they moved to PC, the carrier, because I'm on PC and I have been fucking with them.
Here's what I'm going to say, right? I'm going to say this, right? The Enclave Armed Forces, whatever remnants you represent, your days are numbered. We know of you. We're giving you a choice. But your days are numbered, right? Your choice is this. You can either accept that the community has turned on you because what you were doing was wrong, and you can try to make things right, or you can be mature and walk away. Or you can start the shit all over again, and all the groups that were after you are going to come after you all over again. And I don't care if Grey Fox is mad at me. I honestly don't care if Grey Fox is mad at me. Grey Fox betrayed my trust in him as a group leader when he declared de facto war on legacy weapons. I'm sorry, my guy, but I'm a legacy user. I don't use it in events that often. I don't go running around using it at all that often. But the fact that you're saying you're going to get me banned off the game, or force me out of a server because I own one, or grief my base because I own one, nah, get bent. Get up out of here. For real. Don't go dictating to me your policies of how you want your group to be run. Running your group and saying to your members, you are not to do this, that's fine. But you trying to force everyone else to follow your group's rules? Fuck no. Get bent.
Dan GT, I hope every night you stub your toe.
Yeah, Dan GT, I'm sorry to say this, man, but Fox fucked up, man. When he started bullying people that have legacies, or how about the low levels?
Yeah, I got quite a lot of information on that.
Like, these guys got exposed by a shit ton of freaking people, man. The videos on you's griefing players?
My YouTube channel break the terms of service. How does it break the terms of service? How does my YouTube channel break the terms of service?
No, I think that's aimed to me.
Oof. I'm going to say this, right? Creating content for people's entertainment does not break terms of service.
Yes, courier. Yes. How about jumping into a mountain of Legos filled
Yeah,
with
I
nails?
can see that.
Yes.
That's. I'm going to say this to the courier. If I could give you a heart for that comment, you'd have one. Harassment. It's not harassment. We're not harassing anyone. We're not harassing anyone. You came onto my channel and reignited shit. We're not harassing anyone.
It's harass.
But if you want me to, I can start roasting the fuck out of Grey Fox.
You think it's harassment, but
It's not harassment. No, here's the thing, right? The E.A.F can harass other people, but we can't talk about them because harassment. Oh, dear baby. Guess
Yeah,
what?
Dan GT, I'm sorry
Guess
to
what,
say,
dude?
but your
Hold
leader...
on. Let me finish this. Guess what, dude?
Okay.
You can't harass other people and not have them do it to you, because that's equality, my guy. We live in an age of equality. You guys want to harass people, you're going to get it back. That's what happens. You get what you give.
You may think it's harassment, Danjity, but PC Gamer's article says otherwise.
Yeah, it really does. That article, like, I'll actually link that in. That article,
Oh, yeah, they got flamed hard on that article, man.
Oh, yeah, they did. Like, here's the thing, though, right? We were talking and having a general podcast about ghouls and, you know, trogs, and we're going to go into super mutants and synths. And this man comes out of nowhere, basically pulling the Holocaust didn't happen type shit. Hey, Dan, what platform are you on? What platform are you on, big man?
Well, the fact that, like,
No.
90% of them all
Give me a
moved to
minute.
frickin'
What
PC.
platform you on, big man? Because me and Silent are willing to go right now if you want to come and have a PvP battle, bro. I'll even stream the whole thing. Xbox, yeah. So you don't know what's been happening on PlayStation. Watch my actual videos where I mention the E.A.F, dude. My recent videos. And you'll actually get the evidence that I'm stating. Because I have the evidence on my videos. So don't come here defending E.A.F when you've not seen the shit I put up.
That is an abhorrent question. Because it violates the right of every...
No, what the fuck? No.
Right of every
Whoa. We got another guy who's coming out with some...
No, it's the same guy. It's the same IP address.
I didn't hear that.
I didn't hear that either.
No, I haven't been bullying or twisting anything. I've been reporting on the truth, no matter how bad it hurts. I've been pulling a 3-dog with this. If the Enclave Armed Forces would like to come and speak to me in a debate on stream, I will happily do so. So we can clear this whole thing up. But until they get the balls to do it, the evidence speaketh for itself.
Also, are you telling them the 5-hour line?
Hey, Dan, here's something funny. Me and Lopez are both chill and friends now. That's how out of date your information is, my guy. Come back when you actually get relevant information.
Yeah, Lopez isn't a douchebag anymore like he used to be.
Okay, so the ghoul topic is largely where most of us are in agreement that, you
all of
know,
his comments are gone.
yeah, I hit his comment. I've timed him out, so it's wiped it.
Oh, that's funny. Here, let me say something before anything else. Yo, Dan GT, man, how does it feel to have a leader who claims he's in the Canadian Armed Forces but has stolen valor?
Isn't that a federal offense?
Yeah, it is. It's also a federal offence in the UK, which would make it a capital offence.
Like,
But
like
yeah,
Dan,
you can't.
if you want to know,
You can't do
I'm
that.
Canadian too. I know where he's at. The next time you talk to him, tell him that Alucard says hi, and that Alucard had a hand in destroying these guys, basically. Because these guys needed
Here's what
to
I'm
be
going to
fucking put in
say
your place.
to end the EAF topic. Before
There we go.
obviously,
I'm done.
before obviously the EAF fanboys keep preaching. Evidence that I have found and I have been given by other members of the community are from the source. They are not edited. They were not edited. The only things that are edited is the fact that they're in the video and there's text on the video. That's it. That's all that's been edited. The images have been edited in and the text has been put on so that people can't easily steal my fucking stuff. Nothing else has been edited. The images themselves are not doctored at all. Maybe do some research before you start slamming people. Spoon.
Fucking spoon.
To quote Eminem, who is a rap god, get your facts right before you come at me, little goof.
It amazes me how boring these people's lives are. Putting the hunt down people. This live stream absolutely pathetic. Yeah, it is.
Actually, it is. Actually, it is. It depends on... It can depend on what you're doing. But if you're claiming service and you have medals that you have not earned, it still counts as stolen valor. That is still an arrestable offence. I've done my research on that point as well.
Alright, anyways, back to topic.
I am going to say this. Anyone else who wants to argue a point, please do note this is supposed to be a podcast. While, yes, the comments are visible to everyone, I would appreciate it if you waited for us to do a Q&A before you start asking questions and trying to start debates in the comment section. Okay? We're open to it. But can we at least get over with what we're trying to get over with?
Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So, moving on from ghouls. Let's bring up everybody's favourite thing to point out. The synth. The android. The plastic prick, as I like to call them.
The abominable intelligence.
Hey, if you get plastic prick, you've played Detroit Become Human.
I still need to try that game out, man. Fuck,
yeah, I haven't played it yet, but I've seen videos. But here's the thing. Synths. Synths are a very controversial thing. Even I've got to admit, on my initial playthrough, I was torn when I found out that Dance was a synth. Did I destroy him? Yes. And I did so with his blessing. Did I destroy all synths? Yes. Yes, I did. Now, was that the right thing to do? That comes down to your point of view. So, Silent, before I point out the evidence for my argument of why they should be destroyed, what's your opinion?
Okay, so even though he was a synth,
let's talk about them all and not just the one.
Out of all of them,
Hmm.
there have been good synths, and then there's been the synths that you just want to like melt down and use as freaking plates.
Elaborate.
Let's see. You have I know there was two traders that were synths, and then we got the paladin, who was a synth, and then you got everything else. So when I did my playthrough, I
Oh, there goes my
kept
phone
him
again.
alive. Yeah, that was me. That was me as well too. My PC's going off. But I kept him alive.
Any particular
He
reason?
the loyalty,
Hmm.
the loyalty that he had to the Brotherhood and Fallout 4.
Fair.
That was the only reason why I kept them.
So let's
He
like.
was the he was the first one continuously, risking his own life.
So what's your opinion, Omega?
As much as I like dance, and I've tolerated one or two that have shown up at my settlements. Most of the time, I choose the destroying thing because there's one thing missing from most of them: empathy, evidently existing only within human community, whereas intelligence of to some degree could be found through every phylum and order. Even spires have some form of intelligence. The thing that these synths lack, that the Institute can never replicate, is empathy.
Yeah, because Dance, we've all got to remember, Dance had his mind wiped by the railroad. He was factory wiped. So everything that, let's call it what it is, M797 learned. Everything that it learned from the people in Rivet City and the imprinted memories. So, what's your opinion on synths like Dima? Silent.
It's
Ooh, ooh, oh, I never liked them.
Well, let me use
neither.
another one. Libertalia.
Kill it with fire.
See, here's my point that shoots down the synths a good argument. They're not. Because, like Omega's just pointed out, they lack empathy, one. But two, a synth that is like Dima will do the same stuff Dima did for the exact same reason of they don't have empathy. They have only logic. In their mechanical computing brain, the logical thing to do is remove the leader of a settlement to resolve conflict in a favourable way to synths. But that just proves the Brotherhood's point that they need to be destroyed. Demon Spade is clearly not listening to the debate. So let me point this out, right? Any synth that is aware it is a synth, that is like Demo. So let's say they're like Demo, they're aware they're a synth, but they're more like Dance in appearance. They are going to do exactly the same thing that Demo did to benefit other synths and themselves short term, because it is the quickest logical way to do it, then doing the right thing and going the empathetic route and sparing all human lives. Maxon was right. They are a ticking time bomb. Whoa, what the dude, get off the channel. Get off the channel's comments. Get off the channel's comments. Get off the channel's comments, you racist bastard. Get the fuck out of here.